Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dish Nation, the two actors that are bringing a level of excellence to Hollywood in a way you never seen before. They got a brand new movie called Waves, which is in theaters November 15th. Make some noise for Taylor Russell and Sterling K. Brown.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Woo. Watch the trailer. You guys are coming for our hearts.
We're coming for it. Yeah.
Man, like, a lot of times, within urban cinema, and this is beyond an urban movie. This is not like, about the black experience 1,000% per se, from what I can gather. It's a movie about emotions and just dealing with things, right?
It's a movie about family. You go. Take it.
No, it is. It's a movie about family, and obviously, because we're a black family, the black experience is a huge part of it. But I think more than that, it's something that a lot of people can connect to, because it's just about a family trying to do their best and falling short, and you kind of see the parents and kids on one level of just trying to make it. And I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a tragedy that takes place in our film, and I don't want to talk about it too much because I want people to see it and experience it. But it's like, how do you deal with grief? How do you move through to the other side of that? Because life doesn't stop for you. Although you may have this tendency to want to stop and sort of just like not know how to proceed, but love conquers all, forgiveness conquers all, and there's a way to move forward. There's light at the end of the tunnel. And so a black family is at the center of this story, and because of that, excuse me, it is intentional. Right, our director collaborated with Kelvin Harrison Jr. to come up with this script. Kelvin being a young black man from New Orleans, having a particular relationship with his father, with his siblings, and wanting to make sure that that was reflected in the story that we were telling. So hopefully if you are not black, you can see yourself in it. Definitely if you are black, you see yourself in it. But it's not a cliched sort of story, right? It's not a rags to riches sort of thing. It's an upper middle class black family that has particular struggles to that socioeconomic sort of climate and whatnot. And it's something I haven't seen before, and it's something I'm really proud to be a part of.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I was there last night. I went to the premiere.
Yeah.
So it was not so much just about a black family, because Taylor's character fell in love with a non-black person.
Was he part of the family?
Well, he wasn't part of the family, but did he have your family?
I was just talking about the family.
Okay. Well, yeah, the family part, yeah. I mean, that family. But it was touching because, I saw the trailer and then seeing the movie last night. I was still confused because I'm like, I don't know if I get it when I go to movies. Because I was trying to click, well, what is it about? So I'm glad the Q&A when they were doing it. I said, okay, now I was a little, a little bright on some of the stuff. But it was really good. And I was, they were saying, you're going to cry, Gary. So I was waiting for my cathartic moment.
Yeah.
So and I kind of know where I got it, but I'm not going to say it.
Okay.
Get away in the movie. But it was really, it was a nice movie, and it was, really touching. And I like when your character, you, after the stuff that went down with the brother, then they brought more of the movie on Taylor's character, which was really interesting. It was very touching, and and like they talked about too, the soundtrack was even nice last night.
Right on.
The movie, so that was something different that I would have listened to on my own.
Yeah.
So that was real good. So it was really touching.
Thank you.
It really
Gary.
was. So I'm like, okay. So, wave. And then to my friend that came with me, because we were trying to wonder, what a wave? I'm like, well, it's not in your hair, the wave in your hair.
Like the do-rag modeling game?
Yeah, because we were like, there's a wave in your hair. Because we was all trying to guess the waves. Like, how they got that name? So it was really good, though. It was interesting, though. I liked it, and I'll see it again.
Did you come to that conclusion at the end? Were you still thinking it was about what did you think?
Yeah, what did it leave
What was the
you with?
hypothesis of that?
Well, I mean, your character falling in love, it was real twisted. I was twisted because I'm like, well, okay, is it because the brother was in love with the girl and she didn't do what he wanted her to do. So then it was almost like, well, I'm wondering, well, is somebody gonna come back and get the sister to, make her? We thought they was gonna attack. I thought that they were gonna get you, attack the family.
You were afraid.
Yeah.
You were afraid for her. I understood.
Yeah, that's
okay.
what I thought. I'm like, they're gonna get the sister now. They're gonna make her go through something. But that didn't happen like that.
Yeah, he gets that concerned auntie energy, like when he watches things that are really good. You know what I'm saying? Like he really taps in.
So I was like, why they gonna do that? Because I thought the guy was gonna hurt you.
Did you?
Yeah, because the racists and stuff and all that, they're gonna do something to the sister. And it didn't happen that way.
Yeah.
It was
Spoiler.
love.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But yo, I mean, like, it's one thing to be able to be in movies that are like, comedies. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
making people laugh. I'm not gonna say it's easy, but it's hard to do. But when you look at your body of work, it is you connect to things that make people feel a certain way. Like, did you set out to be, do you have a genre that you prefer? Because I've never seen Sterling K. Brown in a comedy, and if you were in a comedy,
Yeah.
who would be your co-star or your buddy?
Oh man, I would love to do a comedy. Like I got a chance to host Saturday Night Live, and I had a great time doing that. I did an episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I'm gonna be in this Marvelous Miss Maisel, which is a comedy show. So I like to make people laugh. If I was to do something with somebody, there's so many different people out there. I like Josh Gad is a really funny
He's dope.
dude. He's fantastic. He's a buddy of mine that we could work on something. This dude named Randall Park, who's on Fresh Off the Boat.
Mm-hmm.
He's a really funny cat. There's a lot of people out there, man. So once you think I'm going to do one thing, I'm about to switch up the lane and try to show you something
Like going
different.
from making us cry to making us laugh till we cry.
Yeah, there you go.
And Taylor Russell, I watched Escape Room twice.
Oh my gosh.
Just to see, like sometimes when you watch a movie and like you think you got a full understanding, you loop back around and you see it again just to see things you missed. I wanted to yell at the screen so many times. It brought it back to that whole vibe too. Are they working on Escape Room too? Is that?
We're working on it. Yeah. I'm about to go film it.
They left the door wide open.
Yeah.
So coming together to work on this project, Waves. Now, you've seen him on This Is Us, I imagine, before you worked on Waves, correct?
Well, I actually haven't seen This Is Us, but I have seen The People vs. OJ. That's where I first saw Sterling, and I thought he was the best part of it. So, so from that, I was a huge fan.
Checks in the mail. Thank you.
I was just about to say, is he signing your check to Taylor?
So how do you rank him as a dad on film? Like having worked with him as your father in the movie.
Oh man, I mean, there's like so few people that I would want to work with in that arena, and like Sterling is one of them, and I don't know, he's just like such. I mean, he's Sterling K. Brown, right? Like,
So dumb.
no, it's really humbling. Like as a younger actor to get to work with people who are so have so much. Just so much under their belt to bring to the table and you can learn from. And I think like we're lucky to get those opportunities to work with artists who are established and have a lot of advice to give and can teach you a lot and you can grow. I mean, it's like going to school with the best actors in the world, right? And being able to do like a scene with them. What other job do you get to do that?
Yeah.
So
It's like on-the-job training.
Cool. It's
OJC, huh?
Yeah.
It goes both ways.
But you know what, though, Sterling? I mean, and this is nothing bad or whatever, but it's just like you just popped up.
Is it?
Yeah, because I'm like, it's not like it was a prelude to Sterling Brown.
Yeah. I guess it was that way for a lot of people. Like I graduated from grad school in 2001 and have been acting steadily since then. I had a series regular on a TV show called Army Wives, and if people watched Army Wives, then there you go. But like I think it's that way for a lot of folks unless you followed their career, because people discover you whenever they discover you, and whenever you come to me, I'm good with it because I get a chance to do what I love to do and make a living at it. That's the blessing.
No, like scrolling through your IMDb, like, yeah, you put in a lot of
Yeah,
work.
bro.
and like, I mean, and I know you probably don't count. Maybe you do. How many trophies do you have sitting up at your crib right now for the quality acting that you've done? Because you took home some serious joints.
I got some hardware. I don't know. Like, honestly, I don't know. I could count, but then I would seem a little silly. So I have a few, and I'm blessed to have them.
That's what's up. Are they
Yeah,
all
man.
in one place?
They are in my office, which is in like the back part of my house, and I got 2 bookshelves where they live. And every once in a while, I go in there while I'm reading, and I look up, and I'm like, "Oh snap, I got some hardware."
Hell yeah.
It's cool. It's cool.
Now, with all the cool things you guys are connected to, this one being Waves, which is in theaters November 15th, what do people run up to y'all on the street and ask y'all for the most?
That's a good question. What do you do?
Escape from.
Escape room is people keep hitting you with it, huh?
Oh yeah. Yeah, and definitely. I mean, the horror genre is just like there's a lot. I'm a big horror fan, so I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many Lost in Space people do you get?
It just depends when the thing comes out. Like Lost in Space was everywhere when it came out, and so I
Right.
found a lot of people asking me then, but not as much lately. I mean, nobody really comes up to me. Like it's very rare. I'm not like every day like, oh God, I gotta wear a hat at the airport. You know, I can be pretty.
You can
I
be pretty
kind of
incognito.
shift.
Yeah.
You kind
I
of give a
can.
Tandy Newton though. When you walked on stage last night, I said, "Oh, she kind of like Tandy Newton."
That is a huge compliment. I'm
Yeah,
a
you
giant
got-
fan of Tandy.
Yeah, you give
So
her
thank
that
you.
Tandy.
And you're
S.
originally from the UK,
Thank
correct?
you. No.
I thought I read that
She was from
somewhere.
Canada.
Canada.
Oh,
You
Gotta
still gotta
blame
like cross the
Canada.
border to get there and give us a hard time
Sure.
when we go through. So the difference between Canada and America, though, you know, is there a vast difference in your opinion?
Yes, a giant difference.
Like, what 5 things would you take from Canada and bring here, and vice versa?
Oh, 5. I mean, I can't think of 5 things. The big differences are the commercials. I have to like the commercials in America versus Canada are so different.
Really?
When I moved to California, there was a lot of like STD commercials. You would never see that in Canada. That just would not happen. There's certain things that are talked about. Like people are so forthcoming with their opinions in America, and it's not the same in Canada. People are
More reserved.
more reserved, more like maybe not fearful, but they hold their cards closer, and they're very, very polite.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I see you're a Canadian then. You're very polite, holds them close to the vest. I get that. I totally get
West
that.
Coast Canada or
West Coast.
Vancouver.
like Vancouver?
Yeah, Vancouver.
Yo, it's totally different vibe. You ever been to Tim Hortons?
Of course.
Tim Hortons on the East Coast,
is
they wildin'.
Yeah.
Best apple fritters I ever had.
Yeah,
Tim Hortons
no,
on the
it's
West
the
Coast,
best.
it's like they put like half an apple in there. They might put a plum piece in there. Like the level of lack of care is different on the West Coast.
They
than
got to
Tim Hortons.
accommodate that Caribbean population on the East Coast, bro. Like, because you have black people be
Yeah.
like, yo, man, what's up with the apple fritter? Like, on the West Coast, it's mostly Asian. They're like, oh, this is good. I'm happy. But, like, black folks be like, nah, give me my stuff.
Yo, and the disrespect at the airport, like, say, like if you're going back to America from Canada, they'll partition the side of the airport. So if you're still going to like Canada places, they got the Tim Hortons on the other side and Starbucks on the other side,
Yeah.
and you can't get over to the Tim Hortons to grab you nothing to go. Very whack.
Crazy.
The movie Waves, a lot about family.
Yeah.
Out of everybody in y'all family, who's the most happy for everything you guys have going on right now?
Let's see, man. My wife is a big fan, right? Like, she champions pretty much everything that I do. We've been able to do it together. Like, she knew me way back when nobody was checking for your boy, and now we've got a chance to ride this wave of success together. She's got her show, First Wives Club, on BET Plus
Shout out to
right
that.
now. You know what I'm saying? So we get a chance to shine together. It's really, really nice. So the wife.
Okay, there was a thing we was talking about recently, how like Joe Budden likes to sometimes take over his girlfriend's DM and reply to people that's in the DMs
Are
on
you
his
serious?
behalf. Have you and your wife ever done that? Because I'm sure y'all both getting some
Wow.
interesting paranormal activity going
I
on.
do not even check my DMs.
It's probably for the best.
It's probably for the best.
like
I leave
Temptation
well
Island out
enough
there.
alone, and I like she could be more. I would love for her to go into my DMs and respond on my behalf because I'm not interested.
okay.
Not interested.
Yeah.
Now, Taylor, what
No,
about you?
that's good. I think you should stay that way. For me, for my DMs or
Yeah,
for my
for your DM. Like, well, let's start. Like,
family
who's
fun.
happiest for you and your family about
We
everything you got
shouldn't
going
talk
on?
about my DMs. My mom, for sure. My mom and my little brother. Yeah.
Awesome.
My mom is like every day. You know, she reads all the articles. She's like checking up on every.
Oh.
Yeah, she's a fan.
Have they seen the movie yet?
Yeah, they've seen it.
They did.
Yeah, they did.
Proud.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
crying.
That's what's up.
See,
Oh,
that's
that's
and
what's
when you
up.
get your parents to cry, you know, because
Yeah.
parents, you know, even like you have some parents out there who have kids that are in the business and they still don't believe they're the kids in the business. Like,
Right.
yeah, you alright. But when you get your parents to cry because you did that great of a job, does that make you cry on the inside too?
It just makes me. It's just kind of like a full circle moment almost. It's like, wow, it's great. It's amazing just for your parents, especially my mom, to be proud of me in the way that she is. It feels like that's the only thing that matters, you know, what your family thinks about you.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, this is a very humble brother in Sterling K. Brown, but I don't know if you've seen his Men's Health magazine. cover.
I checked up on that.
come
I saw
on,
it.
now.
Bro.
Calvin reposted it on his story,
Did
and I
he
saw.
really?
Oh yeah, he did. He did. Check your DMs, you'll see. What it said.
Salute to you, King. Like, I mean, do you even know what bread is? Because apparently not.
I eat bread. Look, all things in moderation, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like I was a football player in high school, and I was pretty big, pretty solid. I just found it was easier to try to maintain it rather than lose it and get it back. That's it. I just maintenance.
And if Oprah eats bread, everybody should eat bread.
Amen.
So Oprah said she eats
I
bread.
guess, man. I gained weight on the way to get food. You know what I'm saying? Like, the struggle is real.
Yeah. You drink a lot of water, man. You know, you try to do something for about an hour a day.
Okay.
If you do something for an hour a day, burn a little something, you run, you do a little bit of lifting, it'll take care of itself.
And both of y'all in phenomenal shape. What's y'all cheat food?
What's yours?
I have chocolate every day. Every day.
Dark or milk?
Dark.
Oh, see,
Every
dark
night.
is not that bad.
That's a
You know
very
what I mean?
Canadian answer.
Yeah.
I do eat maple syrup a lot. I put it on a lot of things.
Canadian.
Very
Yeah.
There you go.
I like sweets. I have a huge sweet tooth, so I have to have like at least 2 of my meals are sweet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So y'all can pull that off because Canada got free healthcare, so when you get diabetes,
Bada bing,
the
bada
shots
boom.
are free.
Yeah,
Like, you know.
got the sugar, you get taken care of. No,
Okay.
once a week I go have brunch at my favorite spot, and they got this bread pudding French toast, and it's like I live for my bread pudding French toast. Once a week, my happy place.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, yeah, all things in moderation, I
All
guess.
things in moderation.
Cool. So, in closing,
Yes, sir.
Waves, November 15th. The trailer and the music, the way everything is balanced out,
Yeah.
put me in my feelings. Now, usually I watch things that have a lot of aggression and guns in them.
Right.
If you had to sell me over, if I was in an elevator, why should somebody go see Waves?
See?
You hit that. I'm not good at the elevator pitch.
What
I
about the
stumble too
escalator
much.
pitch?
Yeah, that's good. It gives you a little bit more time.
A little scenery.
Can I trip down the escalator and yell my pitch
Take your
on the
time. Go
ground?
ahead.
No.
Do it.
No,
I'll chime in with you. We'll tag
well,
team
maybe
it.
we can just give some words. It's a movie about see, I'm already I'm not good at this
Pick
stuff.
up,
You
Sarah.
take it over.
There's
you take it
love,
over.
there's
Take it over.
forgiveness, there's, like I said, there's a tragedy that happens in this black family, and a tragedy that a lot of families are fearful of. And I think a lot of folks need to recognize that there is a way to move forward if tragedy happens in your life, right? And the movie is as much about the tragedy as it is about how people negotiate it and find a way forward, right? You can't stop living. You always have something to live for. There is a light that will guide you towards a place of joy if you allow it, right? So there is drama, right? And the first half of the movie is very frenetic, very sort of claustrophobic. Like you'll feel like it's a ride, and sometimes you feel like you want to get off of this ride, right? And then the movie does something really interesting in where it switches perspectives halfway through. And it's a bit more languid, and it's a bit more relaxed, and hopefully you get to breathe. Although Uncle Gary, I don't think he got a chance to breathe too much because he was a little worried still. But the feeling is at the end of the film, I'm hoping you reach a place of catharsis. And you go on a journey with these 2 young people and with their family, and hopefully you see life as something worth relishing in the present and recognizing that something as beautiful is on the horizon.
Oh my God. You should do the
Wow,
foreword
there you
for
go.
everything.
Right.
Okay.
There
It
you
was
go.
very pleasant. So before you guys go, let's just say if you guys were going on like a family field trip, right? And you could either go on that family field trip with your younger kids that are on This Is Us,
Okay.
or the older kids from Waves. Who are you going on that family trip with?
Wow. Let's see what this answer is.
Let's see. I love all my kids, right? You're making me choose which kids. My older kids can take care of themselves,
Okay.
right? So it means that my wife and I would have a little bit more free time to ourselves to play. So for the case of this particular scenario, I'll roll with my older kids.
Okay, now Taylor, this is for you. Would you rather go on a family trip with your family from Lost in Space or your family from Waves?
I think that I would be
Tell the truth.
I would be.
Shame the devil.
I would be in. I'm Canadian. I'm not good at this. I would be interested in getting to know each other more because I think that
It's your family.
It's my family in waves. We have some learning to do about each other.
Sure.
I've been in space with my Lost in Space family. We know too much. We're together. We just got to separate. We need some time away from each other. So I think that I'm gonna choose my wife's family this time. Yeah.
Here it is. Well, yo, well put together. Well, yo, Taylor Russell, Sterling K. Brown. The movie's Waves. It's in theaters November 15th. Bring the friends. Bring the family. Bring the
everybody.
enemy.
Yeah.
You might walk out of there friends.
There you go.
See how we did that?
I appreciate
Much love
it.
to y'all. People want to follow y'all. Where do they go?
Sterling K. Brown, man, on Twitter and on Instagram.
No DMs, though. What
No
about you,
DMs.
Taylor?
Tay Russell on Instagram.
We here for it. Make some noise, y'all. Sterling K. Brown and Taylor
Appreciate it.
Russell.